What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and I'm going to talk today about the chaos and unpredictability of life. Man, I was driving home from work today, and on the way home from my drive, out of the car in front of me, there was just a dog in the street. All of a sudden, a puppy just in the middle of the road. And I was just like, oh my God. I initially thought that was, the dog was thrown out the window by the driver of the car. I didn't know what happened, but I honked my horn a bunch and followed that car, and he just yelled out that the dog had jumped out of the window. So I don't know, I just drove away. Maybe I should have hung out and helped him make sure his dog was safe. I don't know. Maybe something weird did happen, though. I don't know. It's just these quick judgments and decisions you have to make in a chaotic, crazy, quick situation like that. I saw someone earlier just throw a bunch of trash outside of their car and just litter. So maybe from seeing that, it gave me like a bias. I don't know. There's crazy people, though. There's a lot of crazy people who do crazy things. And I mean, if nothing, sorry. I mean, if anything, it's just negligence, extreme negligence and extreme irresponsibility. And I mean, I know God wanted me to see that and wanted me to experience that, but it's just one of those things, just weird and strange, and just like doesn't even make any sense. And when I first saw the dog fall out of the car, I thought I saw like a cardboard box or a rug, or I couldn't at first perceive and comprehend that was a puppy in the middle of the road, because my mind was not expecting to see that. It was the last thing that I expected to happen. And life's just like that. Things are just chaotic and unpredictable and weird, and it's frightening. It's scary. It's just like, people are crazy. Things are crazy. Life is crazy. It's an insane, crazy world, and it's got all these insane, crazy people, and insane, crazy things are happening. And, it could have just been some freak accident, just some crazy thing that happened somehow. But, at the very least, there had to have been some negligence. I mean, if I had a little puppy like that, I would only have the window cracked. I wouldn't have it open all the way like that. But he must have had it opened all the way to where the little puppy could have jumped out, I don't know. I don't know, Things are weird. People are weird. You never know what's really going on. And a lot of people are either just extremely negligent and just irresponsible and just don't have any, care about anything. They're just, anything and everything can happen with those kind of people. Or you have people that are just outright malicious and just don't even care and are, trying to do mean things and bad things. Or he could have just left the window open just to see what would happen. You just don't know. You just don't know, but this stuff is just nuts, and I feel like I have to talk about this right here, right now, because this is sitting on me. This is weighing on me. This is just like, man, this is just, I can just feel this on me, like I have to speak on it, like I have to express something about this. I have to put something out there about what I've just experienced. I can't just not say anything. I can't just say nothing. I have to, I need to speak on this. I need to, because it's just when you're out there in life, you don't know what you could see. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what's going on. And there's just so much randomness. There's so much weirdness. There's so much craziness. And, I can only control the things I can control. I can't control what's out there, and sometimes I guess I wish I did have more control of my environment, because it's like, who's sort of, setting a standard? Who's sort of bringing order to the chaos? As chosen ones, as light bearers, as, whatever you want to call it, it is kind of, I guess, on us to do something and to be responsible and to look out for people. I'm kind of just coming to this where I'm like, man, I need to do stuff in my everyday life, in my community around me, in the area around me, with the people around me, not just making YouTube videos, but in my everyday life. Like, I have to do something about these situations, and, I have to be looking out for the things around me and the people around me, because it's just like, I could have ran that dog over with my car. This is right in front of me. I could have easily, had I not been, paying attention the way I was, had I been a little distracted or something, boom, I could hit that dog, and, I'd be feeling a lot more, effed up about this situation had I did that, and I couldn't say it was really would have really been my fault. Luckily that didn't happen, but it's just like, there's just chaos and just turbulence and just all this stuff happening. Just all this just crazy stuff happening. And there's this veneer of order and like normality to society. And, I guess on some level there's some order, but underneath that order there's a whole lot of chaos and a whole lot of craziness, and who the F knows what can happen, and who the F knows what is happening out there, I mean, with all the stuff we're finding out about celebrities and just all the stuff that's happening in the world, just this P. Diddy stuff, and just, it's more chaotic than you can think. They're finding, like, I don't know, he's got like 1,000 dildos and 1,000 things of baby oil or something, and it's just like, oh my God, oh my God. And I know that's kind of unrelated, but it's not that unrelated, in terms of just complete chaos, just complete craziness, just like And there's like real trauma and real pain and real suffering that's attached to this. And, you know, I'm concerned about the safety and the well-being of that dog. You know, what are its owners doing to take care of him? I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff out there where it's just like, who's shepherding these people? Who's guiding these people? Who's looking out for these people? Who's bringing order to the chaos? I mean, God is, but in terms of people as individuals, who's out there making sure that that's happening? Not a whole lot of people, Not a whole lot of people are protecting, and not a whole lot of people are, being responsible and making sure that people are safe and everyone is okay. And it's just, who's looking out? Who is looking out? Just give me a sec, y'all. I'm just gonna grab a little smoke here. Just something about I know these ain't healthy. I know I gotta quit at some point. I'm not a crazy smoker, but just when something like this happens, you just move somewhere where I can light this up. But so you got to have something to kind of just calm your nerves and something to help you process it, because I want to make sense of it. I want to make sense of the chaos. I want to make sense of the insanity. And it's like I can't, I really can't. I know God has a plan, and I know that underneath all this stuff, it all kind of happens for a reason, but it's just, and I know God's telling me that I personally need to kind of step up and start taking care of my community and people around me. And it's like, someone has to guide these people, And I think of it like this, you got all these sheep and there's a shepherd, but the shepherd just decides, I don't care. I'm not going to lead these sheep. And then you got a border collie, and the border collie's like, I don't care. I'm not going to lead these sheep. Then you have the barn cat, and the barn cat's like looking at these sheep, getting attacked by wolves and, all this stuff happening to them. And the barn cat's like, I got to do something. I'm just a barn cat. I'm not really equipped to necessarily lead these sheep in the way that the shepherd or the border collie is, but through God, I have to do something, it's like that's what I feel like. I'm like this little barn cat. I don't know what I can do, but I have to do something in my little way, or I have to grow into a lion or something, we all have to. We all have to grow strong. We all have to grow powerful. We all have to become empowered to defeat this chaos. We do. We have to become big, strong lions, and we have to become powerful in our environments, and we have to become leaders of our environments, and ultimately the leaders of society, if we can, in whatever way we can. All the prophets in some ways were leaders. We have to do that, and not just leaders, but protectors. We have to protect, the children. We have to protect the women too. And, just as a man, I'm really coming to that, and realizing that it is on me as a man and on us as men to protect the women and to protect the children and to, be their leaders. And, I know that dog represents the children, and not just the women and the children literally, but figuratively and spiritually too, you know. The people who are just awakening are like children. And, you know, the people that we're supposed to look out for, sorry, I got someone behind me on the phone. Give me a sec here. All right, I think we're ahead here. But yeah, you know, the spiritual children, the people who have not yet learned the way. You know, sorry, there's a lot of cars here. It's a little loud, but, you know, sorry, give me a sec. But yeah, because, you know, these people, whether actual children, spiritual children, whatever, you know, we got to look out for them and protect them, because when, you know, when I was a spiritual child, nobody was really protecting me or looking out for me or making sure my well-being was good. I mean, God was, but on this earth, there weren't really people who were doing that, you know? And it's kind of like that dog. Like, who's looking out for that dog? Who's protecting that dog? Who's making sure that dog is cool, you know? Right as I say that, I'm walking by a veterinary hospital, you know? Take a look. How's that for synchronicities and stuff, you know? Right as I'm talking about the dog, I'm going by a veterinary hospital, you know? But yeah, that's, I mean, we have to protect the weak, you know? And it's like, for myself, I'm still in a position where I'm kind of weak too. You know, it's like I'm still a child myself, but I have to protect the other children, you know? And it's like, man, I really need to, you know, become more powerful, I guess. But at the same time, you know, I need to trust God too. I can't just be like, you know, I have to become more powerful to protect everybody or whatever, you know. I don't want to fall into that trap, but it's just like, man, it's like I wish I could put on a Superman cape and save everybody, but it's just, it's not that simple. You know, I'm not Superman, we're not Superman, that's for God to do, but we have to do our part too. And, you know, we have to step up and take action. And, you know, I don't know what we need to do exactly. I don't have like an organized plan or whatever. You know, something needs to probably, you know, be come up with, but, you know, we have to use our two hands, and we have to use our voice, and we have to use our mind, and we have to use our heart and our soul to come up with some way to make this world better and to make things less crazy. And just, you know, yeah, because it's so many situations like that where who knows what can happen, you know, whether physically, metaphorically, whatever, but just so many situations where, you know, people are vulnerable. A lot of people are vulnerable, you know, and a lot of people are in situations where who knows what can happen. And, you know, we have to protect others and help others. And, man, you know, I really don't know exactly what to say here, but I need to say something. I need to speak on this. This is just on me. Sorry, we're about to be a little bit dark. You know, how do we battle against this chaos and this insanity and just, you know, we have to defeat this evil some way, somehow. And not only that, but it's just, we got to figure out what the heck's happening. What's going on in this world? What's going on with these people? What's going on with these situations? Just, because it's just, man, it's such a crazy roll of the dice, you know? And it's just like every day you leave your house, you don't know what you're going to see. And, you know, I know I've said this a lot in this video, but it's just nobody's looking out for anybody. You know? Nobody is looking out for anybody. And, you know, everyone's just like, we all got to have each other. We all got to hold each other. We all got to support each other, you know? We all got to protect each other and look out for each other. Not just as, you know, chosen ones or whatever, but as a society in general. We do. We do. And if we fail to do that, you know, I mean, what's more sad than a puppy being run over by a car? What's more like, you know, what's more effed up than that? What's more sad? And, you know, yeah, sorry, y'all can't see my face that well right now, but it's just like, you know, and I think about like real tragedy. I mean, what I saw today was a tragedy of sorts, but of just children growing up in messed up homes, of just people with messed up relationships, of just, man, it's just, you know, it's dark. You know, there's a false light in the world, but really, it's a dark world out there, and there's just a lot of dark stuff. There's a lot of dark people. There's just a lot of people who are just apathetic and just don't care, and just people who are just gonna let their friends get eaten by the wolves, let their children get eaten by the wolves, let their family get eaten by the wolves, and just, whatever. You know? Whatever. And, you know, just the irresponsibility and the toxicity and the weirdness and the craziness is going to catch up to these people. And, you know, we're going to see a lot more crazy stuff and weird stuff and just nutty stuff like that in the world. You know, when you go outside, it's just all bets are off. Even going out and having this smoke and making this video, you know, I think it's chill out here, but who knows? There could be some weird homies or some weird people or whatever. You know, I was walking on this trail and I saw, I told this story before, but I saw a girl on like a Vespa scooter on this, like, can't really see it that well, but on this walking trail, not a place to be riding anything like that. And she ran over a rabbit up ahead, and it's just like, what the hell? You know, these people are like possessed. These people are like possessed. And all right, y'all, I'm gonna end this one here, but God bless you all, and Truth Tigers out.